Today we're going to take a look at the distance and midpoint formulas, this time when we have missing terms and missing coordinates in there. So we have our first problem. Find the missing endpoint if B is in the middle of AC. So I have a hard time looking and understanding what we have because I don't have a picture. First thing I want to do is draw a picture of what is known. So we draw a line. B is in the middle of AC. So in the middle, we've got that. A and C are on the endpoints. Okay, we know that point C is -5, 4, and we know B is -2, 5. We do not know what A is, and that's the whole point here. Find the missing endpoint. Okay, so if we have three endpoints, or two endpoints, and we have a middle, I want to focus on using the midpoint formula. So all we are doing is finding the average of the x's and finding the average of the y's. So let's set up a problem. I know my midpoint, using that formula, my midpoint is -2, 5. I find that by taking this x and adding them together, and then dividing by 2. And then I take this y and that y, add them up, and divide them by 2. We now just created our problem. Now we have to actually do the work for it. So let's take a look at the x half. All I care about is this. So we need this and that. There's your equation. -2 equals x minus 5 over 2. When you have two signs that are different, that minus sign takes over. Okay, from here, turn that to a fraction. Let's cross multiply. X minus 5 equals -4. Add, x equals 1. Okay, there's your x half. Now we need to do the same thing for y. We know that we have 5 and that's your problem. We're going to say 5 equals y plus 4 all over 2. Create a fraction, cross multiply. Y and 4 equals 10. I'm multiplying those two. -4 minus 4, y equals 6. Great. Put your final answer as a coordinate. I'm going to write it over here. We get 1, 6. Okay, so we found our missing endpoint right there. Okay, now that we have our missing endpoint of 1, 6, I want to find what is the distance from A to C. What's the distance from one end to the other? Let's come back to our distance formula here. Let's label everything. x1, y1, x2, y2, and let's plug them all in. So distance equals, we've got that big square root, x2, we're going to say -5 minus 1, square it, and 4 minus 6, square it. And now we're just doing our algebra to come all the way down. We get -6 squared and -2 squared. 36. -6 times -6 is 36. -2 and -2 is 4. When I put them together, I get the square root of 40. And if we were to punch square root of 40 into our calculator, we end up with something that's about 6.3. So your distance from A to C is about 6.3. That's using the distance and midpoint formulas for when you have a missing endpoint.